Hey guys, back in another video. Excuse me, I'm preparing my lunch. But I saw a video today, and I also got to thinking that I haven't really made videos on YouTube in quite a while. Even though and in case you don't know, I also posted a poll on my channel saying what you want a double cringe of the month to correlate to. And I don't know if I put these on there, but there are a couple of topics that this world has given me to talk about. And I know I'm not on train with how new and recent they are, but they're at least recent enough that it's still in the month, and I still want to talk about them because it's fucking stupid. But the video I'm making today is based around the fact that I just watched this video and I thought, okay, I'm going to talk about this because it drives me crazy. A fan animation of Deku from My Hero Academia taking on Ben 10, specifically Ben 10 from Omniverse, which, in my opinion, that show gets a lot of got hated for no real fucking reason. I get the art style was definitely changed from looking at Ultimate Alien and Alien Force to Omniverse. I understand that point, but there have been worse animation and art style downgrades. Two of the most infamous and famous ones, in my opinion, are the American Dragon Jake Long going from Season 1 to Season 2, even though I'll admit Season 2. Season 2's art style looks fine to me. The only problem I had really with Season 2 Jake Long was them making the dragon form look super jacked and looking like a hero to String Bean. I get that looks more traditional dragon, but still. And Pokemon, specifically going from XYZ, personally I think that's the team who animated that version of Pokemon, should just remain on the fucking team for the rest of the show, to Pokemon Sun and Moon and Pokemon Journeys. Granted, I would rather would look at the art style of Journeys than Sun and Moon, but I digress on this. The animation, the alien choices in the fight, it was all very fun since it isn't death battle. There's no real winner. It's just a guy putting these two characters and having them fight. Really cool. My thing with it is, because it's Ben 10, I knew I was going to see these fucking comments. Why didn't he just use Alien X? Oh, Alien X would have made this so fucking easy. Alien X, Alien X, Alien X. Oh my god! My thing is, and I made a video about this on TikTok, if you want, which is a shorter version of, I don't know if it's shorter if I went the whole 10 minutes. Knowing me, I probably went the full, but whatever. With Alien X, yes, it is Ben's best transformation. Yes, it is his most powerful alien. Yes, it recreated the entire fucking universe. I'm not denying that Alien X is a fucking powerhouse. But I feel like the point of Alien X everyone fucking forgets when they just suck in that celestial sapien dick is that Alien X can't do shit unless Serena and Bellicus are agreeing on something. That's the main fucking setback with Ben choosing Alien X every time he uses Alien X. If Serena and Bellicus aren't in agreeing with a motion to do fucking anything, he's just standing there like this. Closest thing I could grab. He's just that. That's what you do that's what happens with Alien X when he isn't in agreeing on something. When the two deities in his fucking head, in his DNA, the one of peace and compassion and war, aren't in agreement. That's what the role of Ben is, to get them to agree. But fucking hell, it's not exactly easy to get someone who's the entire being of love, compassion, and peace to agree with war, violence, and kill. It's not easy, which is why he doesn't. That's why he put a fucking failsafe on it to lock him. If we remember correctly, when Ben was assembling a team and he was on Galvin Prime or whatever the fuck azimuth it was, Ben had to have Gwen and Kevin unlock the fucking watch to have access to Alien X, because that's how dangerous a transformation and a risk it is. It's not. The thing with using Alien X with Ben, and yes, I'm getting passionate about this, fuck it. The risk of becoming Alien X is so much bigger than the reward of using the hyper powers of Alien X, the reality bending, the capability to do fucking anything. That's great, but when you have to agree with these deities, you have to make the deities agree with you to do something, and to put their bullshit in the fucking rear view mirror, who have been arguing for hundreds of thousands of years. The risk is so much higher. It's like, and again, he had to put a fucking lock on this bitch to quote, just in case I didn't turn into him. He doesn't want to turn into Alien X unless he fucking has to. Unless the situation calls for Celestial Sapien, unless it truly calls for that amount of power, I think Ben truly hates using Alien X because it's such a pain in his ass. But yeah, let's just ignore that and just go, oh, but Alien X recreated the fucking universe, so obviously he should just use him. Ben would much rather, and I swear to God, I would not make this up if I didn't truly believe this was true. I am positive Ben would rather transform into fucking gray matter and nanomech over fucking Alien X. Oh my God, those comments of just blowing so much smoke up Alien X's ass drive me fucking crazy, as you can see. Oh God. Well, speaking, I guess, on the topic of Ben 10 a little bit, I have discovered this cool fan comic, and don't worry about this. I'll link chapter 1 because I don't think I can really link a playlist. Just go through chapter 1 and that. It's also on Webtoons, so just look it up there. But I found this awesome fan comic of Ben 10 meeting the Justice League. Taking place, and both are very easy to see where they take place in their own respective universes. The Justice League time comes after Season 2, where they killed where Darkseid was killed and destroyed with Brainiac. While on the Ben 10 side, this is still very early into when he gets the Omnitrix, because Max hasn't explained what the plumbers are. They still don't know that he's really a plumber. But it's such a... The crossover perfectly gets their characters. Hawkgirl being a psychopath and immediately trying to rip the fucking watch off of Ben's arm. Wonder Woman taking it upon herself to train Ben, which I think was a great choice. Train Ben into unlocking his full potential. And Flash being... like Ben's best friend in his comics. There's only 14 chapters, and so it's not exactly that long. But god damn it, I love the fact I call 14 chapters not that long. That's how much crazy fan fictions I've read. And also, I'm just gonna say this: I hate people saying. I don't like when people disrespect people who write fanfic or stuff like that, because yes, there are bad ones, and the ones who just use fanfics as an excuse to write their two ships having sex. Fuck, I'm positive the amount of fucking Baku Deku psychopaths who fucking wrote comics about Deku blowing off Bakugo the other way around or some stupid shit like that is insane. But putting them aside, fanfiction is not a bad idea. It's not a bad thing. It's releasing your passion to something, into written form. Hell, anything that's called fiction, whether it's in the library or in a comic book store, you can technically call that fan fiction. They were a fan of something and they made their own story about it. It's just not online, and it's not called fan fiction, even though it technically is fanfic. Yeah, back to this crossover. Got so distracted. Fucking Anyway, fucking Christ. In this crossover, obviously, the Justice League find out that the Omnitrix is real, just like every other fucking character in Ben 10 finds out the Omnitrix is fucking real. And apparently, and I don't know if this is correct or just lore they made up for this crossover, Azimuth blew up a planet with the thing. Actually, you know what? Knowing Azimuth and his not exactly great giving a shit of life over his experiments, I wouldn't be shocked if he blew up a fucking planet with the Omnitrix. They see this, especially Hawkgirl, they see it as a WMD, which... Okay. Not the furthest thing from truth with the Omnitrix being a WMD. Proof being in Secrets of the Omnitrix. They show, and even in the finale of Alien Force before becoming Ultimate Alien. If that watch has enough time to charge a self-destruct, that fucking thing blows up the fucking universe. Yeah. So it's understandable that they see that, especially Hawkgirl, because she tries to rip the fucking thing off of him, sees it as a great threat. However, we get a quick fight between the Justice League without Batman and Superman, so it's Green Lantern, Flash, Wonder Woman, Hawkgirl, and Martian Manhunter fighting Ben, who had transformed into, because of the fails. That's another thing there's another point to bring up. The Omnitrix has a failsafe. Many of them, actually. It can't be removed from Ben's arm. It will take so many precautions to stay on that bastard's arm unless they remove it. Unless Ben himself takes it off. You're not going to be able to take it off. That's why a lot of people got pissed at the death battle thing with Ben 10 versus Green Lantern. I've never really taken death battle seriously. It's just their own thing. They just kind of blow smoke up their ass saying that it's each character to their fullest potential and shit. No, it's your classic. We choose them because we can't really think of another way. Yeah. I've always seen death battle as just fun. Never to truly take seriously. Anyone does is a fucking idiot, in my opinion. But, in this fight, Ben goes Diamond Head. Ben shows his capability of handling the Justice League. Granted, I don't think they're all really trying to fight Ben. It ends with Wonder Woman basically taking this fight and training with Ben, and becoming his personal trainer for this for this comic. I won't go into too much detail because I really want people to find this thing. Again, I will try my best to link it. If not, I'll just type in Ben. If I don't link it by accident, just type in Ben 10 X Justice League crossover. This comic ends with Ben beating Lex Luthor, but pissing off the trio. It's not good for him. This comic has such great potential, especially when there's technically an animated commercial crossover of these characters when it was still the Super Friends, that old animated cartoon. I remember having a DVD compilation of about 5 episodes of that show. It was very fun. Anything with a crossover written well is very good. One of my favorite crossovers, it is My Hero Academia meeting the DC universe. Granted, some chapters kind of run on, but it hooks you enough to where it doesn't feel boring. It feels great. I guess I could just call this a little Ben 10 fan talk, I guess? I don't know what to call this. Ben 10 multi-crap? I don't fucking... What is that? Alright, there's a red line on my cup. Oh, yeah. Crossovers. It's such a good crossover. But that's also the thing. The keyword is good. There have been very shitty crossovers written. And even in movies, there have been some very weird and not great written crossovers. It's a hard thing because you have to think of you can't really treat one property better with writing over the other. You can't just keep one improved and then the other at the same bar. You have to raise both of them for a crossover, especially with two very dynamic super universes like My Hero Academia and the DCU. And in my opinion, when we actually get Class 1A meeting the Justice League, that's where it really feels fun in how these characters interact with each other. Deku going crazy because he has more heroes to idolize and research, and Bakugo being pissed off that they're in fully not being able to comprehend a guy like Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Red, those characters. People with no superpowers being heroes. But all at the same time, he loves a world where he can just fucking go crazy as a superhero without a license. And on the other hand, on the other spectrum, the idea of Justice League finding out that in their world, being a superhero is a job. It is a paid thing. And they don't like it. Especially Batman. Batman would just... He hates this idea that a superhero will, in their world, will only really be a superhero if they get paid. If they don't get paid, they won't... You can't trust them. That is a very much a Batman thing, and that's why I love thinking the most of Batman meeting the My Hero world, because his morals, how he sees justice and all this, battling with the mentality of this world where there's so many superheroes. It's just a profession now. You get paid. It's a job. He'd hate it. Anyway, there's not really an end. I don't know how to I never know how to end when I start running on multiple topics. So, hopefully you like this video. Hopefully you like my little return to YouTube. I've been making a little more videos on TikTok, or I've just kind of been just both when it comes to videos, because the thing with me is with my new job, and if I haven't told you, I have a new job the past 3 months, where I work till 10:30 p.m. So I wake up, I don't want to do fucking anything, so I just keep going back to bed, back to sleep, so it's kind of gotten in the way of my workout process, which is a fucking thing I need to work on. I go to work at 1:30, and I don't get home till about 10:30, so I'm not exactly... And then I have to go back to bed after doing at least a little bit of what I want to do, which is be on YouTube and stuff like that on my computer, since I hate being on my phone on YouTube. It's so annoying, man. So I don't like touchscreens. I've never liked touchscreens. Anyway, yeah, if you've been wondering where I've been with videos, it's because the weekend is truly my only time to myself, really. And if nothing really... I will be making videos probably more often in the weekend. There will probably be a few videos coming out this weekend. I apologize, I've said this promise many fucking times before, and I apologize if I haven't fucking gone through with them. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little weird-ass tirade. I don't fucking know. I just kind of went off on fans for a little bit. Fans suck. So fan bases suck. That's another video I plan to do. Fan bases versus fandoms. Fandoms are the ones that suck. Fan bases are fine. And if you know what I mean, good for you. Later.